This is the story of a baby who was born very, very old, but grew younger and younger each passing day. Chinwei had given birth around 8 a.m. She passed out, exhausted. Mama Debbie, who had assisted her, was worried sick as she looked at the baby Chinwei had given birth to. Chinwei was the wife of a popular high-life musician named Ken Melody. Ken Melody was very popular in the village. All his high-life songs were smash hits. On this very day, he had become a father. But he was unaware because he had traveled with his band to France for a show. The odd-looking child was laid fearfully and gently on a table. The mother had passed out after struggling to give birth to him. So she was not yet aware of what she had just born into the world of men. The child was strange. He wasn't crying. He wasn't smiling either. He just looked old. Very, very old. Inside the hut, the first 3 visitors arrived. They were Ken Melody's closest friends, Ifi the barber, Chuka the palm wine tapper, and Toby the market butcher. "We should enter," Ifi said, smiling. "I'm shaking. I can't wait to see the child," Chuka laughed. "Maybe the child was born with a guitar in his hands." Toby chuckled. "Or with a trumpet," he added. They all laughed and turned to enter the room. But the laughter died quickly. Their smiles vanished. "What is this?" Toby whispered. Chuka's jaw dropped open, his eyes wide. "Jesus, what is this thing?" Ifi said again, this time louder. The 3 men stared at the baby on the table. Their mouths opened wide. Their skin crawled. The baby's body was full of wrinkles, his eyes sunken, his lips dry like he had chewed bitter leaf all night. He had gray hairs on his chest. His hands looked like they had climbed trees for 100 years. The child was not a child. He looked like a grandfather. A great-great-grandfather. Before anyone could say a word, the baby turned his head and stared bleakly at the men. The 3 men shouted, "Blood of Jesus!" and ran out of the hut like goats escaping fire. Outside, the crowd stared suspiciously from the fence. People looked confused. What had happened? The 3 men had taken off their shirts by the time they reached the center of the compound. They were breathing heavily with their hands on their knees. Then they saw 3 women dancing towards them with powder containers, Ada, Nkiru, and Mama Peace, close friends of Chinwei, the new mother. They danced past the men towards the hut. The men just shook their heads because they knew what would happen next. The women, still dancing, entered the hut and went straight to the inner room where the baby was. Seconds later, they screamed, "Jesus! No!" One of the women, Nkiru, dropped straight to the floor. She fainted. Ada and Mama